Okay, let's talk about some money, Cancer, because September is going to be bringing money shifts that you aren't going to be able to ignore, okay? I mean, endings, breakthroughs, faded opportunities, all of that, y'all. It's going to be lining up to test your discipline, though, okay? And that's what's going to bless your bank account, all right? So if you've been wondering whether you need to stay the course, whether you need to pivot, this month is going to give you the answer that you've been looking for, okay? The answer that you've been waiting on. And we're going to talk about it. All right. So welcome back to the Cancerian Vibe. This is your one-stop shop for all things Cancer astrology, intuitive insight, and all the other good stuffs. Okay. I'm Bridgette, you guys, and today we're going to be diving into your money and career energy for September. If you have been seeking clarity around your finances, your work, your business ideas, whatever, Spirit has a message here for you. So tap in. Get seated, get ready, okay? I gotta give you just a little bit of the astrology of what's going on in September so you know how this is impacting your money and your jobs and your businesses, okay? So, y'all, September, it did kick off really strong. Saturn retrograded back into the sign of Pisces. It started off, okay? It started off the energy. That should let you know September is not to be played with, okay? This is not just any other month, y'all. This energy really highlights your commitment, your discipline, your financial responsibility, okay? And think of it as the universe acting like Santa Claus and double checking your list, okay? Double checking your homework, whatever. Are you building long-term stability? Are you out just out here winging it? Because that's what Saturn is asking you, okay? On the 2nd, Mercury entered Virgo, and that really is really good for us kind of sharpening our focus on our budgets, getting your resume together, getting your strategy in order, okay? This is a good time to be reorganizing your money or setting yourself up for systems at work, all right? On the 3rd, Jupiter trines the North Node, and this is a very, very lucky day, a very fated alignment, okay? You may get an opportunity, some type of connection, or even a payout, y'all, that is going to shift your path towards your purpose, and that's what you want, okay? That's priceless, really, okay? Uranus retrogrades on the 6th in Gemini, y'all, and that's gonna pull you back, all right? It's gonna pull back the curtain, too, on networking, contracts, side hustles, all of those kind of things, y'all. So something surprising may slow down, okay? It may slow down, hear me and hear me well, but it's only to give you clarity, okay? It's not trying to slow down to say you're not doing the right thing. It's not trying to tell you this ain't never going to work again, but it's trying to make sure that you get this clarity, all right? The big shift, y'all, comes September 7th with that full moon, total lunar eclipse in Pisces. Babes, you best be locked in. You better be hearing me, okay? Because eclipses bring endings and revelations, faded ones, all right? And this could mark a major turning point in your career or your finances. So, you might release a job, okay? Or a job might release you, which is still a blessing, okay? An income stream or like a way of working. You may step into something more aligned, okay? So a new way of making your money that feels more aligned, that helps you have the abundance flowing and your bank account ain't stressing you out, okay? When we get to the mid-month, Vesta is going to move into the sign of Sagittarius, y'all. And then we have a last quarter moon in the sign of Gemini right after that on the 14th. Baby, please know that this is going to push you to align your devotion with purposeful work, all right? Purposeful work, y'all. I'm not just talking about busy work, purposeful work, and it's going to make clear decisions. It's going to help you make clear decisions around your career and your direction, your next step, all right? So, a little bit after that, I think the 18th, Mercury enters the sign of Libra. Now, when this happens, that's going to be bringing some focus to your contracts, people that you're collaborating with. And then we're following up with Venus entering into Virgo right after that, kind of around the 19th. This is perfect, y'all. This is chef's kiss energy for, negotiating your pay, going back over your services, refining them, y'all, and just getting practical about your money in all kinds of ways, all right? Then, that new moon, solar eclipse in Virgo that's happening on the 21st, just be prepared for it to reset everything, okay? That's going to bring about this new beginning in your career, in your systems that you build, in your financial health altogether, y'all. Okay. So if you have been craving kind of like a fresh start, this one is it. Okay. And then finally, September 22nd, that's going to bring Mars into the sign of Scorpio. And then we're going to move into Libra season, which fuels the passion for our career goals, right? It's also going to highlight partnerships and balance. So just be prepared for that. And then we're going to end the month with a first quarter moon in Capricorn. All right. And that's going to ask you to take grounded, strategic action towards the seeds that you have been planting earlier in the month. Okay. So overall, Cancer, September is about clearing out those old cycles. All right. Seizing the faded opportunities. Please do not miss it. Seize it. Seize the day. Okay. And this is also too going to help you just really build a financial flow that's going to last. Okay. This is not just a quick get rich quick scheme kind of thing. This is building you some money so you ain't gotta worry. All right. Let's get into the cards though. Well, before we get into the cards, shameless plug, I gotta remind you, don't forget, you can find all of my readings, classes, ebooks, one-on-one sessions, anything that you want from me, you can find it on my Stan Store link in the description box below. It's also in the pinned comment. Check out my pinned comment, you guys, while you're down there. Say hey to me in the comments. Share what resonates with you from this reading, or drop me a money emoji, okay, so that I know that you're tapped in. All right. And please, 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 if it's not too much to ask, leave just a little bit of residue of your good Cancerian energy on my thumbs up button. It really, really helps the channel grow, you guys. And I appreciate you so, so much. Yeah, if you could just do that for me, I would. Listen, you're gonna get blessed real good. So just take some of that good juju off my thumbs up button, okay? But I want to, before we get started actually in the cards, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a prosperity message. We're gonna get to that at the end of the reading. So definitely make sure you stick around for your prosperity message, okay, for the month of September. Let's go ahead and pull that and get that out the way. That's our prosperity message for the month of September. I'm gonna leave that right there. But we're gonna get into the good stuff, the heat of it all. I'm going to ask about the overall energy surrounding Cancer's money, career, finances for the month of September. All right. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune too, so I love that, okay? Things are at a turning point. Things are at a turning point. You're feeling, you know how like a ship, you know how that ride at the Ferris wheel, at the fair goes like this? It's the little ship, and it's like you get a little lag, and then boom, it goes back, and then boom. That's what you're feeling, okay? You could be feeling like, oh, it's stuck, it's up and stuck, but no, okay? So let's just get, let's tap into the energy of September. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see, this September's money and career energy reading is brought to you by my Money Moves tarot cards, you guys. If you're interested, I do have them on sale down in my Stan Store. But let's see, what's the overall energy for Cancer September in regards to their finances? Ooh, I love that. So it's a balancing act. I love that the Ace of Pentacles is still showing up as an underlying energy. It kind of showed up in our overall message for September to let you know that new seeds are being planted, babe. Okay. And new seeds, I ain't seen a seed that you go out and plant one day and the same day it's starting to grow up. So, you know, just keep that in mind, Cancer. But we got the balancing act that's showing up. And so I actually call, this is actually the Justice card in like the regular tarot. So I named the card Financial Karma. And I feel like this is definitely a great kind of intro into what September is going to be, because so much is faded in September. The energy is so faded, you guys. Karma is definitely at play, okay? And I don't know if y'all can see. So on the card, it actually also says too, you reap exactly what you sow. And that's the energy that I'm talking about. Where you're being, your determination, your willpower, your just everything is being kind of tested, you know. this is what I'm talking about. You're going to get out what you put in. Even if it hasn't been feeling that way lately, this is confirmation that it will. Because the overall energy for September's money and career is really just showing up as balancing out things, right? This is spirit kind of saying that you are going to reap what you sow. So every effort that you put in this month, you guys, whether that's showing up at work, whether that's investing in your business, or even just making a budget with an intention to get your life together, y'all, it's going to sprout. There is going to be something that sprouts. The Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom is the confirmation of that, okay? There is a new opportunity. There is a fresh start, a green light for financial growth for us Cancers, but it's not one of those quick wins. And I just called 1111. It's just not one of those quick wins, you guys. It's really about the balancing that karmic balance, right? So spirit is just reminding you that if you've been consistent, you know, this is the month that you're going to start to see those seeds bear fruit, right? So, you know, if you've been, I'm going to just say this, Cancer, if you've been inconsistent and you know who you are, September may feel like a wake-up call for you in regards to your finances, okay? When it comes to finances, contracts, just your career direction in general. This is going to be the month where you're going to snap back into it, okay? This could look like, you guys, you finally kind of seeing that side hustle that you've been working on. That could look like it's starting to bring a little more steady income after months of hard work. Like, this feels like, you know, you've been getting it out the mud and not really seeing any sales, not getting any orders, you know, it's trickling in. This is where it's going to change. I feel like for a lot of you, some of you are going to get approved for something that it felt impossible to get approved before, okay? But now you're getting approved, all right? That's that karmic balancing out. Like 1 + 1 is 2. There's a divine order, you know? And for some of you, this is literally going to be a payout or some type of contract. I'm definitely seeing heavy contract energy with Libra, this Libra energy showing up, because this is going to be the scales balancing out in your favor. You may have definitely been feeling like, you know, you've been getting a short end of the stick, but you know, the scale wobbles and then it finally evens out. And I feel like that's what September is really going to be for us. So let's ask about the financial challenge that's showing up. Financial challenge or obstacle that may show up for Cancer this month of September. So look, balance. Are we not talking about balance? And y'all, the white cards are major arcana. We've only been pulling major arcana so far. So I'm telling you, September is not just it's not a minor arcana month. It's a major arcana month. And major arcana in the tarot means significant life changes. Okay. This is not the little things. This is big, y'all. This is big. I'm just telling you. And I love that balance flow is showing up here as a challenge, because it's just confirming, Cancer. I understand. I know what we're going through. Okay. The challenge for September is really, I feel like Spirit is trying to say your abundance is going to multiply when you kind of find that harmony between hustle and flow. Okay. You're going to have to find that delicate balance, right? But that's exactly where the test is, in finding that delicate balance, right? So you may be trying to do like everything at one time, Cancer. You may be trying to pour into too many cups, right? Or you're just swinging between the extremes. That's what I was talking about, that ship. You're either overworking and burning out, or you're pulling back too soon or losing your momentum. And it's just, you know, you're going to have to find that delicate balance, all right? The Rise Up card is here at the bottom of the deck. And I told y'all, Cancer, in my short, because I had kind of gave a blanket message for just the energy that I was picking up on the channel, kind of this defeatist kind of energy. But Spirit is really elevating us, y'all. It's time to rise up. And the Rise Up card here is showing that the deeper layer of this challenge, y'all, is going to be that you are being called to step up. You're being called to step into a new level of leadership, but that requires balance as well. Okay. It's not about hustling harder. That's why I feel like there was a grand message of stop in September. It's not about keeping up the hustle. It's about working smarter, Cancer, right? Aligning with your calling and your purpose, and just managing your energy in a way that lets you sustain the growth that you're trying trying to that you're undergoing. It's not even what you're trying to do. Is you're growing, and spirit wants you to be able to sustain this growth. Okay, so some of you, this could look like you trying to juggle your 9 to 5 while building a business on the side. Or you could be offered some type of more responsibility at work, but you may start to feel kind of just stretched thin, like, I can't handle all of this. Spirit is saying you don't have to do it the old way. You can't do it the old way. You got to find a new way of doing it, because there's a more aligned way for you that's going to still bring you the growth, that's still going to bless you with the abundance, that's going to multiply your abundance. Okay. So I'm going to ask about the best action or advice, but definitely rising up into that leadership. That was already a message there. Okay. Spirit is asking you to rise to the occasion. And I also feel like that rise up is like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Cancer. Like, you can't stay down no matter how hard things may have felt or crazy things have been. You can't stay down forever. Like, okay. And that's just the skinny and fat of it. All right. But look, and I love that the Ace of Pentacles just wants to keep coming out. So I'm just going to leave it over here to the side, because I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, you're getting new seed in September. Okay. You're not going to be, this is a different kind of seed. You're not going to be able to plant this seed how you've been planting your other seeds before. Okay. But, and look, the seed money is an ace. It talks about a small investment. That's why I'm telling you, you're not supposed to be burnt out. You're not supposed to be pouring your whole life into something and not getting any result, Cancer. You're supposed to be finding the balance. I feel like also work-life balance. I'm hearing that. Okay. And then the Eight of Pentacles showed up here with that, trying to pop out, and building your craft. The Eight of Pentacles is literally working on yourself. And I'm not saying work yourself to the bone, but definitely invest in, especially if you're working on something on the side, or you already know you're working on some type of project, you're trying to level up in your career path, however it's resonating for you. Spirit is saying, do your part, do your investing, and let Spirit kind of take the rest. Okay. But you kind of this could look like someone wanting to go back to school, sharpen your skills, whatever. That's an investment. That's a seed that you're planting. You're waiting for that to germinate. You're gonna master your craft. Okay. But let's ask about the action you need to take. What advice can I give Cancers for September's money and career energy? So yeah, strategic moves. All right. This is the Two of Wands. Look, Three of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like, look, there's a celebration to be had, Cancer. So you do win. You do win. Okay. But the Two of Wands is showing up here as a strategic move. Spirit is telling you, look, and I put it on the card. I don't know if y'all can see it. Chess, not checkers. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. You may have been playing checkers in August, but that's not the game we're playing here in September. So don't try to come in here playing, checkers and think that you're finna win, because you gotta switch up your strategy. That's why the pause came on. Okay. Planning the next step for growth is what it's, pick the move that multiplies. Okay. Planning your next step for growth is what the card says. And I feel like, again, you can't pick like, you were just hopping in checkers. No, you got to be really strategic in chess, right? And so just know, Cancer, really the best advice for you in September is going to be being smart about your moves, okay? Chess, not checkers. Every decision that you make needs to be intentional, all right? Do not make a rush decision. Don't try to make a decision out of fear or anxiety. You need to be intentional about the decisions that you're making, okay? Pick the move that multiplies, like the card says, whether that's investing your energy into one solid project instead of spreading yourself too thin, or that means negotiating a deal that really just sets you up for the long term. You know what I mean? Instead of just chasing those quick checks or those quick little things to get you by, Cancer. This is where you want to check your strategy, because your strategy is really going to be your superpower this month. Strategy. I love how all the key words have been words that start with S's for September. Okay. Stop. Strategy. Okay. But anyway, y'all, and then yeah, with celebrated wins here at the bottom of the deck, y'all, I also feel like this is confirmation and advice to collaborate. Okay. Do not try to do it all alone. You can't. I'm not gonna say you can't, but don't. All right. Success is sweeter. It's so much better when it's shared, y'all. The networking, partnerships, even just letting people support you is going to help amplify your wins. That's a part of your strategy. Okay. Spirit is saying that your next level of abundance is really, it's going to come in when you stop playing solo, you stop trying to do it all alone, and you get on the team, okay? There's a common goal on the team, and we're all on the same team, and we're trying to push us to the finish line. That's what's going to help you in this month of September, okay? So really this could be the month where a partnership or a collaboration is going to bring you into some type of spotlight, you guys, or where you kind of finally realize that it's just better to invest in tools, learning, training, maybe even a mentor. Find somebody that's doing what you're doing, or, has already blazed that path. It doesn't have to be hard, Cancer. It doesn't, because that mentor, whatever that is, it can help multiply your efforts. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like getting the tools that you need. To help your efforts kind of land. Side note, personal note, if y'all are interested, so I had told y'all I had surgery a little while ago, and so some of y'all may know if you follow me on my other social sites, but I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, a VSG surgery. If you don't know what it is, if you care to know what it is, you can follow me on my other social media sites or my YouTube channel. I'll talk more in depth about it, but that's literally why I made the decision to do what I was doing, because it's a tool to kind of help my efforts, that I had already been putting in. Some of y'all already know I've been a gym girly, and you could be feeling like just the work that you were putting in wasn't landing. That's what I was feeling like. And so I went and I got me a tool that's going to help, right? So you can do the same thing, Cancer. I just said that to say this. And that's really TMI. I mean, I can't believe I just told y'all that, because I really wasn't finna tell nobody, but I done started talking about it anyway now. But yeah, I'm just trying to give you an example. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Or this could look like you finally going and finding a video editor that's gonna help you amplify your message, or whatever it is. Get the support, okay? Spirit is sending it. Spirit is sending it. So just be open to it, because I know sometimes we can feel like, I can do it, I can handle it, because we're always handling it anyway. We're always, making sure everybody else has what they need and being tapped in, and you know what I mean? But Spirit is saying be open. This is the 3 of Cups, so it's kind of like that friendship vibe, that support, that soul tribe. Like, yeah, lean into that, because that's what's going to help you multiply. Like, think about the productivity. And I'm speaking to myself too. Think about the productivity that you're having for yourself, just doing it by yourself, and think about if you had 3 more of you. You know what I mean? Even 1 more of you, right? What they say, what's better than 1? 2. Like, as long as we're on the same accord. So, and I'm telling you, the success is just sweeter when you have someone to share it with. Think about it, right? So, yeah. That's my spill on that. Let's talk about the opportunity. Excuse me. Let's talk about the opportunities or breakthroughs that are happening in the month of September for Cancer. I knew this card was going to show up, because I was literally just thinking about it as I saw the other card. And I love that all of these major arcana cards are still showing up, okay? So we have the intuitive CEO, which is the Hierophant, or not the Hierophant, the High Priestess in the regular tarot deck. My card says your gut knows the move, okay? Trusting your intuition in career and money choice. So this is going to be the time that, you use your emotional edge. They always try to come for Cancer. Oh, Cancer's the crybaby. They're so emotional. No, we just are so emotionally intelligent, and they don't even know. And that equates to emotional wealth, Cancer. And that creates to tangible wealth, okay? But I feel like definitely Spirit is saying, let your emotions kind of have you out here just all over the place, but definitely lean into that and trust that your gut knows, your intuition knows. Your intuition is your superpower, and you're going to have to lean into that this month, okay? But really, Cancer, the breakthrough is going to come. The breakthrough for September is going to come through this inner compass of yours, right? Spirit, I feel like is really telling you that you already know. You already know. I know sometimes we want confirmation and clarity, but Cancer, you already know the move, okay? This is about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition in when it comes to your career and your money choices, right? Even if it doesn't make sense on paper yet. because sometimes intuition and logic don't line up, okay? Even if it does not make sense yet, Cancer, you just have to go for what you know because you know it, okay? The opportunity isn't going to just show up through your logic, all right? It's going to come through your inner nudges, that divine download, you know, a nugget, right? Or it may even be a moment where you say, I just feel like this is the right next step for me, right? And especially with emotional wealth showing up here at the bottom, it really just confirms that, Cancer. It's a real breakthrough in choosing fulfillment over just chasing the check, right? Because, you know, if you don't have that emotional fulfillment, it's like if you don't have that emotional fulfillment, the money gets old. And I know that may sound crazy to say when you desire money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to have some type of emotional connection with your wealth, right? Fulfillment beyond the money. And this is really about you doing the work that brings you joy. This is what purpose looks like, right? The work that's gonna feed your soul, that's gonna help you get up in the morning, that's gonna help you keep going even when the money gets low. Don't just think about your bills. Spirit knows you got bills. I know you got bills. We all got bills, right? But don't think about them. The money just flows a little bit easier when you're not thinking about those things, Cancer, you know, when you're not letting that stress you out. That's what I'm talking about. You get that anxiety and fear, and that's when you start making moves. You're like, okay, well, I gotta pay this, so let me go do this real quick. But Spirit don't want you to move like that. That's checkers, okay? Spirit wants you to move like chess, okay? To where you don't have to find yourself in this predicament anymore. So listen up, right? So I'm telling you, in September, y'all, this could look like you leaving some type of job that drains you, okay? Even if it pays well, even if you've been there for a while, because your intuition, I feel like, is screaming at you. It's telling you, it's pointing you in a different direction. It's pointing you toward building something of your own, okay? Or just saying yes to a project or a collaboration that really just excites you, even if it feels like a risk. It could feel risky at first, right? But it's because this joy that's going to bring the abundance, and it's going to help multiply that real abundance in real life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's close this out and look at what the outcome is going to be for Cancer. What's the outcome by the end of September for Cancer? So, look, scarcity wounds is showing up, and I feel like Spirit is saying we're going to heal those wounds. That's what I'm talking about, where you get scared and you're like, oh my gosh, there's not enough. I need more. And also, so the card says healing your fears around success. So this is the Three of Swords. Yeah, the Three of Swords in the regular tarot deck. And then, look, we have the Six of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So I'm telling you, Cancer, you're stepping into recognition, all right? People are watching you, even if they're not telling you they're watching you. But keep winning, okay? This is very much public recognition. People are going to see your strategic moves, and they're going to be like, oh, wait, how did Cancer do that, okay? And I really feel like, honestly, too, Cancer, I feel like with scarcity wounds kind of showing up, this really is a powerful way to kind of end out the month of September, because it's Spirit saying that the deeper work this month is really going to be about healing those fears around your success, right? And for many of you, past financial failures or disappointments even may have created this kind of subconscious block that you're feeling, right? Like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or, you know, just kind of just you're not understanding that good things can happen. You're just waiting for that shoe to drop because good things are happening. And that's what Spirit is trying to cancel out in September, okay? September is really about confronting those fears head on, so that you don't keep sabotaging your own abundance, because that could be what's happening, okay? That you're blocking your own blessings, right? And then again, like I told you, at the bottom we got the recognition and reward. The world is watching, Cancer, and Spirit is saying that your work, your efforts, your dedication, all of that's going to be seen. It's going to be seen. It's going to be noticed. It's going to be celebrated. You are moving into a season of public recognition and opportunities, whether you're ready for it or not. This success is yours, Cancer, but here's the catch. Here's the key. In order to fully receive this spotlight, you have to believe that you deserve it. Do you understand me? You have to believe that you deserve it. If you don't, you're going to mess yourself up. But this means you can't be shrinking. No more shrinking back. No more fear of failure. No more fear of failure repeating itself, whatever. This time, you have to believe it's going to be different. You just have to go in with that intention. This time, it's going to be different. Okay? So for some of you, this could look like recognition at work, some type of promotion, or people just finally noticing, you know, your gifts, your talents, what you bring to the table, right? And for others, this could look like clients, your audience, opportunities putting you on a bigger stage, you know. Either way, y'all, your name is ringing this month. People have your name in their mouth. I'm just being honest with you. And the only thing that can block it is your own fear of receiving it. So if that's what you desire, Cancer, be open to it. All right. Just, I'm telling you, just be open to it, because you're getting your reward. You're getting your, it's like what they say, your flowers. Do I want to pull, because I've been here a minute. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sum this up, and then we're going to pull the, we're going to flip over the prosperity message. But I feel like I told you, Cancer, September is really a karmic month, okay? And the balancing act coming out for the overall energy is just confirming that. The astrology already showed us Saturn is moved back into Pisces. We got not one, but 2 eclipses shaking things up for us this month. And Mercury is shifting signs too. This month really is just all about the realignment, Cancer, and endings, okay? Endings that lead to fresh new beginnings. So the cards here confirm that for us. You know what I mean? So I really feel like, you know, don't just give up, okay? Prosperity message, look, to the sea we have, okay? We got the number, and it's the number 7 card, to the sea. I'm going to read the prosperity message for us. But I feel like this is, you know, this is where you're going to have to kind of trust your intuition. When you're out at sea, it feels like she's kind of just in flow. She's letting the water take her where she needs to be, you know, and she's trusting that the water is guiding her. That water is your emotion. That water is your intuition, your superpower. It's telling you, you know, and let's see what else, what the prosperity message says for, to the sea, you guys. And I feel like, again, we talked about this being in flow. That was going to be the challenge confirmation again, okay? Because you want to be in flow, Cancer. This is a month where I feel like you're going to recognize how all the pieces are coming together, why you had to deal with certain things, why certain things felt blocked, all right? It's just very much a natural kind of pattern of events that's going to be happening this month, so just be ready, okay? But the prosperity message here says that everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and, when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you, right? And wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, Cancer, you need to address your beliefs about your abundance and money. That's what's blocking a lot of us, okay? That's what we have to address. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills. Remember that 8 of Pentacles that showed up. It lies in your skills, Cancer, your talents, your abilities, and most importantly, your core beliefs, what you believe, all right? Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer world, okay? So when grateful to serve, you align with prosperity consciousness, with a higher consciousness, okay? And that's when you can expect your miracles, right? Everything you need will come to you easily, okay? It will come to you easily. And it will come to you easily because your intuition is on fire, Cancer. I done ran my mouth enough, but I really just feel like September is a realignment month, okay? You are being asked to release what no longer supports you and commit to what is going to sustain you for the long haul, all right? Please trust these fated shifts that are happening, Cancer. They are happening for your highest good, okay? And move when your intuition instructs you to, all right? I'm just Telling you. Okay, if this reading resonated, Cancer, please don't forget to like it, share it with a fellow Cancerian. Comment below, say hey to me. If you're ready to go deeper, make sure you want personalized guidance. Click the link down in my description box or the pinned comment to book a personal reading, a one-on-one session, whatever you need with me, so that you can get specific insight on your situation. I'd be happy, I'd be honored to do that for you, Cancer. But I'm gonna leave this here. I really hope that it resonates and it makes a difference for your September. But I'll be back for sure. Okay, in the meantime, in between time, until next time, love you.